News360, time for us to do business now with me, Nanekia Mensa Brampa. We're looking at the ever famous $1 billion Eurobond and the latest on it as well as other stories. Let's just go for the detail. And we understand the Finance Ministry has released a full detail of the utilization of the 2014 Eurobond proceeds of $1 billion. Now, this follows claims by the minority in Parliament that proceeds for the Eurobond issuance have been misapplied. There's a news desk report. According to the release from the Ministry of Finance, an amount of $200 million was planned to be used for short-term debt refinancing. Of this amount, a total disbursement of about $64 million was transferred to pay for the maturing 3-year government bond totaling 200 million cedis on October 15, 2014. Leaving a balance of $135.01 million on this item. An amount of $250 million was planned to be used for the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund GIIF account. This amount has been transferred to the GIIF account as a seed capital for the scheme, which will be commissioned in early 2015. Another $250 million was planned to be used to fund capital expenditure project. A total of $140 million has been used to pay various projects, leaving a balance of $135.05 million. A final amount of $288 million was also planned for counterpart funding. Nothing has been utilized so far under this component. And apart from the €1 billion Eurobond raising lots of issues, another one has to do with the GCAP, and the Ghana Standards Authority has lashed out at importers for taking military position in resisting the implementation of the GCAP. Now the authority says it is still waiting on the importers for a dialogue to resolve the growing mistrust between the two feuding parties.
The idea for the Ghana Conformity Assessment Program, GCAP, was mooted in August this year. GCAP, according to the framers, is to prevent entry of substandard goods onto the Ghanaian markets. It is also to strengthen the regulatory framework that will prevent Ghana from becoming a dumping ground for poor quality goods. Currently, countries such as Kenya, Egypt, Burundi, Nigeria, Algeria, Ethiopia and Tanzania are implementing the GCAP. However, its introduction into Ghana has received stiffer resistance from the importers. The importers contend a research had suggested the GCAP implemented in other countries has failed. Adding, most companies have folded up, creating a huge market for substandard goods. The importers have therefore asked the Ghana Standards Authority not to introduce the GCAP.
I'm saying that whatever system they want to roll, let them roll it internally. We have teeming youth unemployment. Create the jobs here. Why do you want to export contracts? Do them here. Let there be a future. Let there be a hope for the people, rather than developing. If you think that you want to use it as a base to raise revenue for the development of the authority, you can still make that revenue here.
But the Ghana Standards Authority believes the importers have taken an entrenched position.
We are still engaging them, except that we see that they have militarized their position, as if no compromise, no way, we will not agree. And they keep boasting that they are the movers and shakers of the economy of Ghana, and therefore, no matter what we do, they will not agree. It's very unfortunate.
But the importers disagree.
Let's look at Ghana first, than ourselves. If people in public offices fail to stop privatizing their jobs and taking small monies in order to allow some bad things to come in, we will not have this discussion to make.
Now let's talk about taxes, and I'm sure everyone would feel guilty after you have listened to this one. Tax expert Isaac Nyame recommends amendment of the gift tax law to make it easier for implementation. Now, receiving a hamper costing 50 cedis and above is taxable. I don't know if you would know that, but considering majority of Ghanaians who receive gifts every time and during the Yuletide, it is evident gift taxes are being evaded. The Internal Revenue Act 592 stipulates a 15% tax on all gifts that are over 50 Ghana cedis, be it an individual or an entity. Unlike the United States, here in Ghana, recipients of gifts are liable to pay a gift tax on gifts received. Taxable gifts range from buildings, land, cars, and other assets, including hampers.
Gifts received by a person from relatives, close relatives, such as father, mother, brothers, sisters, uncle, aunt, nephew, etc., and children are exempt from tax.
Recipients of gifts are expected to do a self-declaration with the Ghana Revenue Authority. This is rarely done, making implementation of the gift tax a problem.
Now, there's an issue with this in terms of implementation, especially because in our environment, majority of people who receive gifts do not pay gift tax, because it's a question of self-declaration. And if you have not gone to declare, the GRA does not know. You see, and so you'll be avoiding or evading the tax, because if you fail to pay the tax, you have actually evaded the tax.
The Ghana Revenue Authority insists it is hard to track who receives a gift from whom at any particular time. As such, there is little it can do to ensure people declare their gifts for taxation. Tax expert Isaac Nyame is asking for an amendment of the law on gift taxes to give the authority powers to pursue defaulters.
The law should give them the opportunity or the power to go after a gift tax. The second thing is that there must be some system of tracking gifts between persons.
He further encourages individuals to wholeheartedly declare their gift taxes, especially during the Yuletide.
And I'm feeling guilty. I'm sure my producer, my director, Babina, is also feeling guilty being a defaulter. But Issa says he would rather take the cash in order not to pay for any gift tax. But that is debatable. And you can get onto our website, it's tvtnetwork.com.